Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Bill Maher continues to wage his war on wokeness. Wokies, take notes, you guys are losing the culture war. And of course, the most obvious indicator of that is losing Bill Maher. When you start to lose your own, it means you're losing and losing bad. And oh boy, are Democrats down bad, as they have essentially become the laughingstock of the world. You know, comedy tends to write itself in a certain way. People who act ridiculous tend to become the butt of every joke. That's why anti-woke humor is so incredibly funny, because it's relatable and it's genuinely funny, because these people are out of their minds. They're total lunatics. That's why woke humor is unfunny, because it's clearly forced, it's cringe, and it's deeply political. While making fun of woke people, some might say is political, but really at the end of the day, it's not. It's probably a bipartisan endeavor, because even your own party, even Democrats, can't stand you, find you insufferable, cringe, annoying, ridiculous. And so we're seeing the inevitable result here, folks. The wokies are being ridiculed by their own, with Bill Maher dedicating an entire segment during his Halloween special, roasting snowflake, overly privileged, woke SJW university and college students. Let me show you guys this incredible segment, and then let's talk a little bit about what's going on university campuses, and I have a little update for you guys here. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright friends, so without further ado, take a look at Bill Maher's anti-woke Halloween special segment. You guys are gonna like this.
What better costume to wear this year than the most ridiculous one I could think of? You. This year, I'm going as an uber-woke, overly anxious, perpetually offended 20-something. Would you like to see what I have for this costume? Okay. I think you're going to really enjoy it. Okay. First of all, I have my F*** the Patriarchy t-shirt. Oh, yes. And then I have a check from the Patriarchy to pay my car insurance. Okay, I've got my nose ring. My vape pen. I've got my cloth surgical mask, my surgical mask, my N95 mask, and my face shield. Then after I leave the house, I have my Klonopin to take the edge off, my Adderall to put it back on. I have my participation trophy, my cat ear headphones to listen to sad music, the stick that goes up my ass, and the leash for my support animal. And just in case anyone still doesn't get what I'm all about, I have a wet blanket. All right. Thank you very much.
Oh my lord, that was hilarious. You know why? Because it was spot on. It was true. And he hit every single element. From the stick up the behind, the wet blanket trying to ruin everyone's fun, the F the Patriarchy t-shirt, but a check from the Patriarchy to pay your car insurance, the neuroticism and general mental instability, which he highlighted with the Klonopin and Adderall, just across the board true. Big true. Like Gen Zers and millennials love to say, big true. And you know what? It's about damn time that the perpetually offended, totally insufferable, aggravating leftists get this kind of treatment. For too long, this extreme, totally uneducated, inexperienced communist youth have been given a massive megaphone. They're a tiny little minority of the population that just doesn't stop whining and yelling. And our culture, of course, chasing dollar signs, has given them such a massive voice. They never deserved that voice. They never earned that voice. They have literally zero life experience. They're a bunch of authoritarian little know-it-alls. Yet they were given a megaphone, they were given the platform to solve the world's deepest crises and problems. That's been the mistake since the start, giving them credibility which they haven't earned. Taking them seriously. These woke lefty social justice types should have never been taken seriously. And that's what I mean by it's about damn time that the adults in the room start treating them the way that they deserve, with ridicule. It's the greatest disinfectant. You know, there's a lot of people who jump on the bandwagon with all of these woke ideas because it's being promoted, because it's part of popular culture. A lot of people are sheep and a lot of people just blindly follow. But if this woke, ridiculous culture was met with the ridicule that it deserves to be met with, then all of a sudden, that'll change. All of a sudden, the sheeple who are paying a little bit of attention might have a little flash, a light might go off in their head, and they might realize, wait a second, combating racism with discrimination and racism isn't exactly a good idea. Saying you're fighting fascists while literally promoting communist fascism probably isn't a good idea. Trying to solve racial dilemmas and racial inequality by burning down black neighborhoods and abolishing police, allowing gangs, thugs, and criminals to seize total control of the streets probably isn't a good idea. Indoctrinating children with ridiculous segregationist style ideas and confusing young children about their gender and personal identity and introducing inappropriate subject matter to young kids probably isn't a good idea. Look, let's be real frank, it's time to meet these people where they're at. Where they're at is ridiculous, uninformed, and ignorant, and so we should treat them as such. The idea that everybody deserves an equal voice, everybody's equal, all ideas are equal, is ridiculous, communist garbage. Let's be real. Not everybody deserves an equal voice. Some people are incompetent. Some people don't know what they're talking about. Some people have ill intent. There's people who are well read on subjects, and there's other people who spend the majority of their time absorbing tabloid pop culture nonsense. Those two people don't get equal voice or equal platform on important issues. And so the woke backlash begins. What was previously viewed as a right-wing phenomenon being anti-woke, I mean, if you guys go to transparency.tube, there's a whole section of anti-woke and it's all right-wingers. Well, what was previously viewed as a right-wing MAGA fascist phenomenon of being anti-woke is no longer the case. Even leftoids are now anti-woke. Normal Democrats, moderate Democrats, corporate Democrats don't want to be associated with communist revolutionary authoritarians. People who want to dictate how government should run, dictate what's allowed to be said, because they watched a YouTube documentary on Castro this one time. And essentially what Democrats are saying here is enough is enough. They're drawing a line in the sand and they're saying, there's the wokies, we disavow them, we are not them. And they're starting to move away because clearly it's starting to have an impact. We've been telling the Democrats forever, I mean, listen, you want to get in this marriage with these far left wokey communists, you go right ahead. You might do okay this election, maybe the next election. You might be okay in the short term, it might be culturally chic, but eventually it's going to backfire spectacularly. Eventually you're going to regret this association, this marriage that you have got yourself into. And that is the stage that we are currently at, the stage of regret. You've labeled yourselves progressives. Well, no longer. You are now regressive. That's of course a key element of the woke left, and it's one of the main driving factors that's moving and pushing people away. The utter hypocrisy. Whenever we make these videos, I always bring back this right over here, your typical woke leftist with a smash capitalism sticker on their overpriced MacBook Air made by slave labor in China and their Starbucks latte. The incredible hypocrisy of the woke left. People have had enough. The pendulum is swinging and the hypocrisy of the woke left is being exposed. And I'm using this as a segue to get to the next portion of this video. There is a huge case currently pending in the Supreme Court on the issue of racist affirmative action, woke affirmative action, and social justice, which is nothing but discrimination against people of particular races within the academic world when it comes to acceptance to major universities. And we're now getting an update from a former Georgetown professor after Supreme Court hearing on affirmative action predicts Harvard loses case for discriminating against prospective students by race. Ah yes, the woke anti-racist left is about to get BTFO'd in the highest court of the land. They're about to all get exposed as being racists. The woke left is losing their minds at the idea that affirmative action is potentially to be ruled unconstitutional. They're losing their minds. But the woke racist left is getting exposed once again, and CJ Pearson released a video across his social media which hit the nail on the head.
I am sick and tired of people treating blackness like it's a disability. I don't need affirmative action to be successful. I don't need affirmative action to be prosperous. I don't need affirmative action to get me to where I want to be in life. I just need to work hard, be talented, be smart, put in the effort, and then it'll work out. So all of these people who are trying to pretend like it's going to be the end of the world for Black America if we don't have affirmative action anymore in this country are exposing the racist attitudes that they actually have towards people of color in this country. Think about that. You don't think Black people can do it on their own without a little bit of help? Well, I'm sorry, if I refuse to believe in our people just a little more than you do, and you want to call Clarence Thomas and Uncle Tom for being anti-affirmative action, no, he's actually pro-black people getting it on their own because he knows that we can do it. Because he did it. Look up his story to all those people who are saying that he didn't get to where he was through it with hard work. Yeah, goodbye on that.
It's more woke hypocrisy that continues to get exposed as the woke machine continues to crash. In other words, they're losing the culture war. That's what I got for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.